I'm Wyatt Akins from Music Has a Meaning, and you're watching No Huntsville.
This episode of No Huntsville is brought to you by Rocket Republic Brewing Company. All right, this is Tom.
And I'm Joe.
And this is another episode of No Huntsville. We have some special guests here from MWR, Morale, Welfare, and Recreation, support services for the Army community at Redstone Arsenal. We have Carrie, our liaison now, our biggest advocate, for, especially with beer. So we're really excited to have you back today. But you brought some guests here, Derek and Stephanie from the organization that is going to be putting on the Oktoberfest coming up. Well, obviously in September. All right, I almost screwed that up. So in September, we have Oktoberfest. If you haven't been out to it, it's a great event, and you guys are here to talk about it today. Thanks for coming in and sharing with us today.
That's our pleasure. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Cool. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's pretend somebody out here has not been to Oktoberfest. Tell us about the event. Tell us when it's going on, and tell us what we're going to see when we go.
All right, Stephanie, you're
right. Pass the baton early on. Nice work.
That's delegation for you.
The event is September 11th through the 14th, and so Thursday through Sunday, and people can come out and expect to pay one ticket price. It includes all the carnival rides, entertainment. Okay. And then they have food available to purchase under the fest hall tent. We'll have German food, authentic German cuisine, right, and German beer.
German beer. So that's what brings Carrie into the picture here. Yes. So tell us how Free the Hops is involved with this organization and this particular event.
Well, they had a huge success with their beer garden last year, and Stephanie and I are longtime friends, so we sat down and said, how can we make this even better, and what can we do to improve upon, the great start that they got last year. So Free the Hops, being a little versed in how to do festival things with beer.
Right.
We wanted to bring in, some logistical support to man the beer garden for them, so the brewery reps can come in and strictly talk to the guests about the beer and engage them about that. Right. We helped a little bit with their business model on how to sell it properly, so it gave them the most return on their investment for that, as well as promoted the breweries properly. Right. So, it's one of those things where we wanted to just be an augmentation to what they already had going. So that's kind of where we're coming in. We're going to help curate the beer list with them and to make sure we have all the right styles of beer to go with the food and the events. Nice. We're also going to be very mindful of the pouring situation, so that way these higher ABV beers, which are a little more high octane, even in smaller doses than maybe your general Oktoberfest style beers, right? Are handled responsibly. So, because
they're making beer in such a way now that they have high alcohol percentages, but they don't taste like it. That's where they sneak up on you.
That's the craftsmanship.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a perfect meld between Free the Hops and obviously Oktoberfest. So it's great that you guys have hooked up and really promoting it. So again, this is on the Redstone Arsenal. If people aren't aware, and I've been to it. I got a stein up there the last time I went, so it was a great time. So again, that's September 11th through the 14th. So I think you were saying, Derek, that when you walk into the event, you have your beer tent on the left, and it's a full carnival on the right? So talk a little bit about that.
Sure. One of the things that we try to get out to the community is it's open to the community, first of all. And the only way to get there is to come in Gate 10, which is on Patton Road. Okay. You have to come through a little checkpoint, and you get in there, and they'll park you. They'll tell you where to park. Parking's free, which is rare for
events. Good,
yeah. So once you walk in the gate, you walk up. You have to buy your ticket on the spot. There are no advance sales tickets, and you walk in, and as you walk straight ahead, you get your armbands and your beer bands and all those things. OID card check, and your fest grounds are right in front of you. You walk straight in. You got all the rides and your typical carnival things.
Big rides too. By the way, there's some big ones that.
But on the left-hand side of the place is all of our stuff that MWR runs. The beer tent, the
adult rides.
The adult rides.
Yes. Side.
Yes. And one thing we have that we started in the area is our sports tent, and it's we have a couple local sponsors that help us do that. Let us borrow some televisions, and we run all the football games and anything else that's of interest
something
to the
for everyone.
Well, there you go.
Because people won't leave if they can't see their football.
Exactly.
They're not going to come if they can't see their football. Let's get that straight.
They have no excuse now.
So we have a beer tent. A beer tent. We have a sports tent, and there's beer in there and food and those type things, as well as the actual beer tent with the German food and beer.
Nice. And so why don't you talk to us a little bit about some of the local craft beer breweries that are going to be there, because I think that's what, first of all, it's what excites our audience here, right? Of course, it's what we're personally interested in, but I think it's a huge draw. especially in Huntsville, right? So
well, we like to hope so.
Yeah.
And this year we will be welcoming all of the 8 that are here in Huntsville. That would be
that's 8 people, 8 breweries here in
Eight
town.
breweries
My
just
gosh.
in town. So that's Straight to Ale, Blue Pants, Yellow Hammer, Salty Nut, the Brew Stooges, Below the Radar, and Old Black Bear, and I'm just gonna Rocket Republic. I'm sorry, Eric Krieger. I'm sorry. So that's our 8 locals, and and they're actually we're in contact with them, saying, hey, can you brew us something that's really gonna be in this style, so we can really give.
So they're going to tailor some of this to the event, you think?
Well,
you're trying.
We're getting into that season where their beers turn into the right things for this.
The fall season,
making sure that we're getting a snatch of this and a little 6-stole of that if we need to,
Nice.
whatever it is, being able to hand pick through some of those beers with the distributor and the breweries into conversation, we get a lot better opportunity to cull really what we want out of it.
Nice.
So there'll be that. We'll also be having, I know Trim Tab is coming from Birmingham, as well as Singing River from over in Florence.
These are the other breweries you're talking about, right? Okay.
Yes. And there may be 1 or 2 others that we haven't exactly firmed up yet.
That's a lot of breweries
Yeah.
in one area. I mean,
Yes.
that's pretty amazing.
Yes. Well, and the beauty of it is this year, I mean, they have opened up the beer garden so people can come and go from it as they choose. They have an option of doing a unlimited pour in the sample glass.
Wow,
so they
nice.
purchased that
Right.
option.
For those people not familiar with craft.
Yes. That just want to try out a little bit of everything without trying too much. And then they'll also have is a 16-ounce glass, I believe.
16 or 20.
Yeah,
Not sure
we're
yet.
they're still narrowing down some of that. But they will also be able to have the opportunity to buy full pours, which they can come into the beer garden and get, and then take out amongst wherever they want to go on the festival grounds.
Nice.
So
You can sample before you buy.
You can. You can.
Buy.
And both are really, really economically priced for what you're getting in the craft, beer genres, because these are, in some cases, they are a little higher alcohol by volume, so they're going to be a little more concentrated in their flavors, and they're going to be a little more concentrated in their alcohol. So, if you do a little beer math, responsibly speaking, you can probably have 2 or 3 of a lower gravity beer, and you should have 2 or 3 less of a higher gravity beer to equal the same amount of alcohol consumption. So water and hydrating throughout the day while you're there drinking is key and major to responsible
And the
drinking.
designated driver. That's the
That's
key.
an even
That's
better
it.
option.
Right.
That's-
And then you don't have to
that's
worry
by
about
far
it so
the
much,
best option.
except for the hangover the next
Because this
day.
beer will get you, man. I mean,
Yes.
it tastes
we
so
all know
good.
about it. Yeah.
It sneaks up on you. It sneaks up on
I think it
you.
happened last night.
And I just took the opportunity to introduce most everyone here off camera to beer ice cream floats,
Oh, those
We,
are
Yes.
we have been
awesome.
drinking them today,
which
so
are pretty tasty.
not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Who
Pretty
knows?
tasty,
That may be a
so-
surprise at the Oktoberfest Craft Beer Garden.
Highly
They're-
recommend
Oh.
beer ice cream float.
There you go. Perfect.
They've been sanctioned.
So, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming in. Carrie, thanks again for setting this up. I think
Happy
it's
to.
great,
Thank you.
and I think you should keep doing these type of things so we can organize and get the word out there with everybody.
Hey, we love the groups we get to work with. They're amazing people, and it's always great to support a really good cause.
Yeah.
Cool. So check out Oktoberfest coming up soon, guys. Thanks a lot, and drink responsibly. That's our key word for today. All right, that is it. Good.
Thank you.
That was
Did we
really
cover
Painless?
everything?
Yes.
Painless.
Not bad.
I think you did most of the time.
I-
Sorry.
Thank
I
you.
didn't
No,
know.
Barry
thank
likes
you.
to do that.
Thank you.
Prefers it that
And I
way.
didn't curse once.
Which is amazing.